time for us to check in with our good friend, Mr. Dan Wooding. He heads up Assist News, one of the great resources of our day. And you can go to assistnews.net and sign up free and support him because he is a faith-based organization. But you'll be getting emails of stories from all over the world, several throughout the day, of what's happening with the church around the world. So go to assistnews.net. Hi, Dan. How you doing, bud?
Doing very good, yes. So you're getting lots of snow now?
Well, enough to ski, and that's a good thing. So what is it, Anni Zhang? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, she's an extraordinary girl. She's only 13. She's been described as China's youngest prisoner of conscience. Her father was a very well-known human rights attorney there back in China. You know, China at one time, and that's a lovely picture over there, China at one time had a one-child policy, and you were only allowed to have one child. Well, her mother got pregnant and was visited by the abortion police, told that she couldn't have the child. The father fought for it, and finally she was born. Then she couldn't go to school because she'd have broken the law of being a second child. And so he went to court and he fought on her behalf to get her to go to school. Because of his experiences, he got sent to prison, and she was sent to an orphanage, and it looked like the end of the road for her. And then an American couple came along. One was called Reggie Littlejohn. She runs a ministry called Women's Rights Without Frontiers, and they fight for the right for women in China to have more than 2 children now. They have a 2-child policy. And her husband, and she managed to escape from China. They're raising her as her own daughter, and they helped her to have piano lessons. She's been having piano lessons now for 2 years, and she sent in a video for a competition to play at the Carnegie Hall, and she won. And she's now going to be playing at the Carnegie Hall later this year. But she's only been playing for 2 years. So it's pretty amazing that this young lady who was rescued from China is going to make this appearance there at the Carnegie Hall. And if you're in New York, why not go and see her?
Whoa, what a story. That's fascinating. Is that up at assistnews.net?
Yes, it's up there, and we've got a picture of her playing the piano. We've got a picture of her with her mum, Reggie Littlejohn, who's doing a wonderful work, and a picture of her with her own father as well. So an extraordinary situation. He has now been freed from prison, Perry, and he wants to come to the U.S. He's fighting to come over. They haven't legally, Reggie and her husband haven't legally adopted her, but they've taken her into their family and are helping to raise her. But at the time, she said, God did a total miracle because I could never have made it without his help. Winning the competition to play at Carnegie Hall was 1% me and 99% God. What a great testimony.
That's wonderful. Well, listen, your home country, the House of Lords, apparently has now got a fairly strong voice for religious freedom. What's happening in Parliament?
Yes, her name is Baroness Caroline Cox. She's an extraordinary lady. She used to be the British Education Secretary, and she was appointed to the House of Lords, I believe, by John Major, then the president, the Prime Minister. And she has become a very important lady in the field of religious freedom. But she not only talks about it, but she spends quite a bit of her time, Perry, visiting some of the world's hotspots. And a couple of weeks ago, she was in the country of Nigeria, where I was born, and she had a team with her. She was bringing comfort to some of the people in a town there. Half an hour after she'd left the village with her colleagues, armed men from a dreadful group there called the Fulani herdsmen suddenly attacked the village. There's one of the herdsmen with one of his weapons. They're fast becoming as bad as the terror group Boko Haram, and they just escaped in time, but they did start shooting and killing several young people who had entered the village. And a pastor who'd witnessed the attack said that the attackers were actually after Baroness Cox and her group. She's an extraordinary lady. She's up in her mid-70s now, but she spends half her time sitting on the lovely chairs there or benches there at the House of Lords, and half the time sleeping in a tent in a war zone, bringing the love of Jesus.
Wow. Well, these are just a couple of samples, folks, of the stories that are posted every day at Assist News. And when you sign up, they are forwarded to you. So go to assistnews.net. And remember, this is a faith-based organization. If you feel led, please support them. Dan, thank you, my friend. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Perry. God bless.
All right.